Hello AP students, this is Mr. Williams doing a test run here of a video to show you how to write your works cited pages for your quiz on Monday or for any research papers you have in the future, especially right now with your science paper being due on Friday. So here we have a works cited page. It's not really at its best. It could definitely be improved. And what we want to do is follow the 5 rules you can find in your packet. Now, if you've lost your packet, you're encouraged, of course, to make a new copy. The tests and quizzes are open notes for citation. You can go to the homework section of the website. In the right column, under Citation Unit, you'll find all the cites you need. So, right here we have this works cited page filled with a few examples you may have seen in class and just some others that I threw on there for the example. We have 5 rules to follow. We want to make sure you know how to make all these things go together to make a perfect works cited page. So our first rule here is to have an easy-to-read font size 12, preferably Times New Roman, but the default font will do. Now when I look here, I do have the Times New Roman, but up in the corner it is font 16, so that just won't do for this assignment. So I select the entire document, make sure it's font 12, make sure it is Times New Roman, or Calibri, that would be fine too, and we have exactly what we need. Now for number 2, the question that we have to ask ourselves is what's a good title? And for a works cited page, we want to say a centered title that says Works Cited, and that's it. And it should be the same font as the rest of the works cited page. Now, because I've already changed the font to font 12, that's already all set, but I'm noticing that the color is red, and that's not the same as the rest of the font. It's also bolded. So we'll change it away from the bold. We'll make sure that it is black, and we have to change the title too. Apologize for that. We have to change the title too, and that's just going to be purely to Works Cited. And now number 2 is all set. So these rules are pretty simple. You just have to follow them just like anything with citation. It's all about accuracy, double checking your citations, making sure you've done everything to the best of your ability. And for the title and for the font, this is a very quick fix. Now for number 3, it has to be double spaced. There are a lot of ways to double space, but a very quick way to do this, once again, select the entire document. All you have to do is hit the Control button and 2 at the same time. Notice my mouse didn't move at all there. I'll do it one more time. Control and 2. There are other ways to do this as well. You can also right-click on the document, go to Paragraph, and if you go on here, you'll see that there's a section. It says Line Spacing. Click it double, same exact effect, and then you'll be all set. Now, we do have to make a little bit of an edit here now that that's all fixed. So we're all double-spaced, no extra spacing needed. So here are all my citations. Rule number 4 is alphabetical order. Now, this can get tricky, especially when we don't have authors. When you don't have an author, you need to make sure that you go by the first letter of the title, except if that word is a, an, or the. But right now, looking at my works cited page, I just can't tell what's one citation and what's the other. So we're going to jump to number 5 for one moment. Number 5 is indent after the first line of each citation. Here's what you have to do for this. It's nice and easy. Just follow my mouse. Once again, select the entire document. You go up to this little hourglass. Now you want to just grab the bottom half, and this is all you have to do. It's nice and easy. Instead of tabbing over and over and over again like some of you do, just hold down, move it over to ½ an inch, and now our citations are all set. We can tell where some citations start, where they begin, and then we have everything we need. Now for alphabetical order, I'm going to try to do this fast, but I'm noticing that although this citation starts with a T, and that would probably be at the end of the list in alphabetical order, that word is the. There's no author here. It's just the title, The Art of Citation. So instead, I go to the next word. The next word is art. And that starts with an A, so that's going to be pretty close to the top. So let's just move that citation all the way to the front. And that's most likely going to be our first citation. I then look down the list again alphabetically. Now I have an A here. That's going to be the word A. Once again, you ignore A, an, or the. But D here for day is actually going to come second. If there's no author here to look at, we just go by the title, so we move that up to the front again. And then we just keep going. Looking very quickly here, it looks like this article by Kay Ragland about kittens, that's going to come next. Followed by John Roach's article about chameleons on National Geographic, a good article if you have time. And then looking next, what I'm seeing, I have an error here. This is a good thing to look at. So this Prentice Hall part should be indented. It's not. There we go, nice and fixed. R, then S, so J. Smith's drag racing book. That's in your library if you're interested. And then after this, Vega comes before Warren. We have our alphabetical order here. So you need to make sure you're looking at everything. Know your citations, use your packets, and now I have a full works cited page. Once again, just to go over those rules, easy to read font size 12, and that's clearly been accomplished. Title centered, just saying works cited. That's it, 2 words. You have that right. Double spaced, the entire works cited page is double spaced and formatted in that regard. Alphabetical order, we have A for art, D for day, RA for Ragland, RO for Roach, SM for Smith, then Vega, V, and then W for Warren. So that's all set. And then the indents clearly marked here. You can see pretty clearly all these indents done for us just by moving the bottom half of that hourglass. And you've done everything you need to do for a works cited page. Now, I'm available for email if you need any extra help, but this is just basically all you have to do. Feel free to replay this as much as you need to, and feel free to use your packets at any time. Remember, citation is all about spelling, format, punctuation, and as an adult, as a person that's writing a citation, you are not expected to do this by memory. Always consult your sources. Make sure you know what you're doing, because you don't want to make a mistake just because you try to go from memory. Always use the books. As I showed you in class, my MLA format book has about 80 pages of information on citation, and I never write my works cited page without making sure I take at least a peek to make sure I haven't forgotten something important. So, here you go. This is your works cited page, and have a good day.